Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek, and in this video I'll be explaining to you how to predict the stock price of BSE Sensex using the news headlines of previous days and the stock prices of BSE Sensex of the previous days. So basically we'll be doing a numerical and a textual analysis of the data and then creating a hybrid model which will incorporate both the ideas and in turn will give us a better model. So starting off, we import the math functions, the pandas, the numpy, and the matplot library. In this model, we will be using two data sets. One is BSE SN dataset, which has the stock price data. This is available publicly in the Yahoo Finance. And then another data set is the India News Headlines, which is again publicly available. Um, so we read both the data sets using the pandas.pd.read underscore CSV function and then assign those values to stock price data frame and stock headlines data frame. So let's start off with the analysis. So initially we'll be doing a numerical analysis and then move on to the textual analysis. So starting off with a numerical analysis, we see the stock price data frame first of all, and so this is how it look like, the stock price data frame. We see that there are a lot of issues here. For example, in the date column, the dates are in string format, and we need this to be in date time format. So we need to change it using the pandas dot to date time function. And then there is this column, the index, which is 0 1 2 3 4. Again, this is not needed, so we have to drop this column. And then obviously we need to do some sort of pre-processing. For example, we need to drop duplicate datas and then missing datas, stuff like that. So yeah, these two covers it, and then after that we need to divide this into two parts. One is the train data frame, and one other one is test data frame. We use 80-20 rule. The train data frame is of 80% of the data set, and the test is 20% of the data set. Now, because this entire data set is a time series data set, we use rolling mean function here. That we incorporate that function to make the train and test data frame. So let's start off with the creation of model. We use auto arima model here. Basically, we can import auto arima function from the pmd arima package. PMD arima is used mostly when there is a time series involved, so that we can actually understand in which time period what is happening. So let's start. We use model.fit function here, and then model.predict to model.predict function on the test data, and then the results is stored in the predictions variable. After that, we plot using the matplot function, which we already imported, and then plot the BSE stock price prediction. This orange line here says how close sorry, the orange one is the actual variation in the stock prices, whereas the green line is our prediction. We see that the root mean squared error of the R prediction is only 0.02, so that's 2%. So after finishing our numerical, this is it for the numerical analysis, and after this we move on to the textual analysis. For the textual analysis, we use the stock headlines dataset. Now, in this stock headlines data frame, we see again a couple of issues. For example, the published date. again not in date time format, so we have to convert this. The first column, not important, we have to remove it. Then this column, headline category, again not important, so we have to remove this as well. After this, some other couple of issues. For example, if you see for some dates, for example, if you look like 1st January 2001, there is one headline, there is one news headline. But if you see for 2nd January 2001, there are a lot of headlines. You can see four here, but again, we are not sure because we can't see all the headlines which are of 2nd January 2001. So what we need to do is we have to group the headlines, group it by the date the headline belongs to. So for that, that is the entire idea, and I have done the exact same thing in the next few lines of code. So in this, we have to convert it to date time, the published date column date time, and then I use dot filter function to actually remove this first column, and then I use group by functions to group the news headlines according to the date, and then finally I use the index function so that I can set the index not to the first column but to the date column, and after that I use the sort method so that I can sort the dates according to ascending order. So that's it, I guess. And then after, so this is it. I mean, my headlines data set, I mean, the stock underscore headlines data frame is actually ready now. So my next idea is we have to get our stock data data frame ready, and then we have to concatenate both the data frames together so that we can see how, and that will actually help us in making a better model in understanding how the stock price data moves when the news headline changes. So um, so before actually merging both the data frames, one more thing we need to do is in the stock data frame, we have to set the index, because we did not set the index earlier, and because the index of stock price data set is the published date column, we have to do the same thing for stock data frame also. Again, we have to do sort index algorithm, and then set index as the date, and then after that we can both can concatenate both the data frames together, and then we can drop the NA. So after that, a stock data frame looks something like this. We have close, we have open. I mean the close stock price and the open stock price of the day, the high, the lows, and the volume, and then headline text. So in order to actually reduce the number of variables, I mean the numbers, the close, open, high, low, volume, we use a univariate analysis here, not a multivariate. So for simplicity of assumption, simplicity of calculation, I use only the closed column here. So we intend to drop all the open, high, low, volume. That is for the numbers, and for the textual analysis, we have planned to use text blob. So basically, um, text blob is actually used for processing textual data. Now, this performs different operations on textual data such as noun phrase extraction, sentiment analysis, classification, translation. Now, TextBlob is built on top of NLTK, and also the pattern the TextBlob follows is also very easy to use. So basically in this code we use TextBlob to make two or to get the values of two variables, which is called subjectivity and the polarity. So polarity is like a float ranging from -1 to 1, which measures how how much the news headlines is on the fringe of being extremely positive or extremely negative. So extremely positive means +1 and extremely negative means -1. And the subjectivity measures how opinionated is the news headlines. For example, if your some news headlines extremely biased or opinion or is an opinion or is a judgment based on some person, then subjectivity will be very high in index. The subjectivity ranges from 0 to 1, 1 being extremely biased in an opinion, and 0 meaning a fact. So we can get both the subjectivity and the polarity using the text blob here. Now let's move on. After that, we have to do some more analysis. For example, we can get um the compound value and the negativeness value of the news headlines, the neutral value. So basically, we can understand how positive the news is, how neutral the news is, or how negative the news is. We do this using sentiment intensity analyzer, which we import from NLTK function, the natural language toolkit function. Basically, NLTK is a leading platform for building Python programs to work with human language data. Now, this package has a lot of functions for classification, tokenization, stemming, tagging, parsing, and semantic reasoning for wrappers and industrial strength NLP libraries. So moving on, let's understand how to use NLTK package and or in short use sentiment intensity analyzer function to calculate the compound negative, neutral, and positive scores of the news headlines. So in these lines of code, we actually calculate the values of these four variables. After that, yeah, we perform the same operation. We drop the open, high, low, and volume. We keep only the close, subjectivity, polarity, compound, negative, neutral, and positive. So basically, because we have used this headline text as well, we do not include this column as well for our final model. Um, Now we use the minimax scalar function, which we import from scikit-learn pre-processing package. Now, this function is important because one thing we can notice here that all the variables do not have a specific range in mind. For example, subjectivity is 0.4, the compound goes negative, and then the close function, the close open, these variables are much higher in scale. So what we intend to do for comparison purpose is that bring all the variables to fixed range, for example to a range of 0 to 1, so that we can have a easier so we can compare easily. So that's the whole reasoning of using minimax scalar, and this is how we use the minimax scalar and create the model. After that, this is our final data set, which incorporates only the close stock price of the day and the subjectivity, polarity, compound, negative, neutral, and positive, which we get from the India News Headlines dataset. So now we have created a final model, the hybrid model, and we need to both um, divide the whole data frame into two parts. One is the closed stock price data, and another one is the news headlines. So the idea is, from given the news headlines, if we can predict the the stock price, the closed stock price value of the day. So we in this model we have used the 80-20 rule. I mean the 80% for training and 20% for testing. We have used the function random forest regressor here, which we can again get from scikit-learn package. and then we see that after training the data set here, when we fit and predict the from the testing data frame, we find that we get a mean squared error of around 6%. Again, this is not the only model we can use. We can use a lot of other models. For example, ADA Boost. We can use XGBoost as well. So that is depending on the user. Uh, yeah, thank you.